going on, Jerome? So the Minnesota Vikings, looking at the 2024 schedule, of course, a lot of people said, like, it's a tough start, and then it's tough, and then it's tough, and then it's tougher, which is fair, fine. But at the start of every season, don't some games just look insurmountable? Some games look like easy pickings, and then it gets flip-flopped? Because, I don't know, ish happens throughout the season, right? And also, throughout all these games, the Vikings certainly aren't going to be pushovers, despite the change at quarterback. The defense is going to get better and better. The offense is still going to grow and show with Jefferson, Darisaw, and company. So I ain't worried. I ain't scared about anything. But, of course, long story longer, ESPN's Football Power Index, it's not good. So Kevin Seifert, who is not Carl Gerberschmidt, naysayer alert. ESPN's Football Power Index doesn't project the Vikings as a favorite to win any of the first 8 games this season. Consider this a free service to all who are motivated by the doubters. You're welcome, a.k.a. the haters and the losers. So they're just having a field day. So the Vikings, projected numbers-wise, analytics-wise, to go start 0-8, which is just peachy. But it's okay. Bring it. I understand. Hey, again, we called this when it happened. The national media for 6 years were pushing their thumb down on the scale for against Kirk Cousins. He's a garbage quarterback. The Vikings messed up their salary cap. Blah, 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 blah. But the second he leaves, all of a sudden the Vikings are garbage. And hey, you see how Kurt and the Falcons are projected to win the division and make the playoffs and all that stuff. Okay, but going through these numbers, so obviously the opposition is favored in all these games, so the number on the left is the percentage chance that the other team will win, as well as you have the lines factored in there. Then the number on the right, percentage on the right, is the percent chance that the Vikings will win. So closest one is so it looks like the Vikings and the Jets, and the Vikings and the Giants week 1. Then you got the Colts and the Vikings. The rematch of the comeback is nearly a true coin flip at 51% versus 48.5%. I was thinking for a second, like, how come those numbers don't add up to 100? And it's like, what about the tie? So stupid. But the Vikings, basically significant dogs, almost a touchdown underdog, 6.7 points to the Niners. They're dogs at home by 4 to the upstart Texans. They are 8.1 point dogs on the road week 4 at Lambeau. Hey, what happened last year at Lambeau? Besides the whole Kurt thing. So here, the Jets are favored at the neutral site in London by 1.2. The Lions at the Vikings are favored by almost 5 points, and the Vikings are nearly a touchdown dogs on the road Thursday Night Football against the Rams, and then the Vikings are kind of dogs at home against the Colts. So sort of is what it is at this point. But that's the great thing about football, is that they don't play the game on paper because the paper would rip. So we'll settle things out on the field. And like I said, I'm purple sunglasses, purple shades, and all that stuff, sipping on the purple scissor. But I mean, just looking at this stupid team, offensively they're going to be good to go. I don't care that they've had a change at quarterback. Defensively, they're only going to get better and better as Flores is allowed to marinate with this defense, and also improved personnel this year. So I ain't scared. I'm not. And again, this is just another sign of disrespect from ESPN. It doesn't matter if it's the national media jabroni haircuts. It doesn't matter if it's the analytics, which is inputted by the national media jabroni haircuts. Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter, because Flores is going to unleash the fury this season on defense. And I don't even care who's that quarterback, whether it's Darnold, whether it's McCarthy. They're going to be surrounded by talent. They're going to be surrounded by adults at coaches, for coaches. So things are going to be good to go. But we'll just chalk it up to more disrespect. I mean, the Vikings over under 6.5 wins is disrespectful, and frankly, it's free jelly beans. So that's what I'm saying, man. Also, it's crazy. So the Vikings dogs in the first 8 games. So first 8 games, and then the Vikings have a 3-game road trip. So Jaguars, the Titans. Everyone's predicting Will Levis is going to break out this year. Okay. And then at the Bears, who are supposed to be the cat's ass of this season. So saying that the Vikings are going to start out 0-11, not win a game until December, and then they got the 3-game homestand, and nothing would be finer than Kirk Cousins coming back in, the Vikings 0-12. Nah, ain't going to happen, man. Sorry. I think this team is going to get better every single week. I think that this is a young team with lowered expectations, but, in the eyes of the national media, but still going to be a high standard within the organization. Every single week, they're going to get better. Every single week, they're going to be a tough out. They're going to punch the opposing team right in the face, and throughout the season, they're going to get some momentum. Hey, 2023 Texans, everyone and their mom predicted them to be biblically bad, myself included, but all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud took the helm, and they got things done. That defense was getting after things. I think the Vikings could follow a similar blueprint this season, whether it's McCarthy, whether it's Darnold, whether it's whatever. But, I mean, the Texans are nice, but they don't have J.J. McCarthy or Justin Jefferson. So in my mind, I was saying J.J., but then I tried to switch it up mid-flight because now he's Jets. And apparently he was never called J.J., except for by Paul Allen and also all his Vikings fans. But it doesn't matter. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. ESPN's Football Power Index allegedly select the Vikings to be dogs in the first 8 games and potentially start at 0-8. Whatever. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.